Hi everyone, so welcome to week 4 of the ab challenge, and today we're going to have 3 exercises that we're going to work on. So let's get started right away. These are 3 exercises that work really nicely together because we're going to be working our obliques a little bit. We haven't done much of that in the other exercises. They were pretty straightforward. But you really want to get a bit of movement in your body as well, because we don't live in a 2-dimensional world. Everything's 3-dimensional. So you want to make sure when you're doing abs that you're also really working out your whole body. And that includes your back and your sides as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with just a little bit of lateral flexion right now. And I'm going to start with my body lying nice and long, nice and tall here. One straight line. Try to get as straight as you can here. It can be a little hard to balance, but that's all right. What I want you to think of here too is that when you're lying on your side, you're not collapsing into the floor. So I'm going to have aim for a little bit of a space between my ribs and the floor. I don't know if you can see that, but I can actually get my hand through. It's like a little mouse hole here because I'm trying to imitate my body what it looks like when I'm standing up tall. So you're not standing crooked, you're trying to stand nice and tall. I'm going to take a breath in here. On my exhale, I'm using my hand a little bit. I'm going to press it into the floor as I reach my torso and my legs simultaneously off the floor. You see, it's not very tall. I mean, I only have so much of a side bend. I'm going to take a breath in here, and then I'm going to come back down simultaneously, feet and head touching the floor. Couple of things to think about. I'm going to use this hand. I'm going to use my back muscles here, and I'm going to really feel like I'm pressing my hand away. So as I come up, I'm reaching my hand towards my toes. I feel my legs really lengthening. They're not relaxed. They're pulled up. Really think of engaging your quads, inner thighs are squeezing together. I'm really reaching the body nice and long. My head is pointing in that direction. It's going nice and long here. I'm taking a breath in and I'm exhaling to come back down. Great, so you're going to do that about 10 times on each side. Now, next you're going to move over. You're just going to rotate a little bit. We're going to go into a lying position here. We're going to take one leg at a time into tabletop position. Now we're going to be working our obliques. And remember, tabletop, I'm not letting anything collapse here. I have another video about that if you aren't sure what to do in tabletop. It'd be a good idea to go back and check. So I'm really thinking of connecting my ribs. I'm thinking of engaging my abdominals so that this part stays nice and straight in the core. You want to think of it like a little brick here, so everything's nice and solid. I'm going to take my hands behind my head. Shoulders are lengthening down my back. My elbows are pointing out to the side, so I'm not crunching in like this or opening them so wide that my chest is popping. Everything is nice and contained. I'm going to exhale. I'm just going to curl my body up off the floor. Remember, have that feeling that you have a little pencil right here under your chest. I'm going to take a breath in. As I start to rotate my body, my left leg, so I'm rotating to the right, my left leg is going to reach out, and then I'm going to come back in. Other side, and come back to start. Now, a couple of things to think of here. So notice, my right knee doesn't move. It's just my left leg going out. You can take it lower a little bit if you want to. It'll just make it a little bit harder, or a little bit further up if you need to. That is perfectly fine as well. The other thing I'm thinking about here is I'm not collapsing my body and I'm not worried about my elbow touching my knee. That's not the key here. It's really about the rotation of my body to really get those obliques working. So I'm thinking more so of opening up my right shoulder and really rotating from my right side to come back in and down. That's tiring. I'm a little bit out of breath there. So that's the idea there. You really want to focus on that without letting your whole body collapse in. We're always trying to keep it nice and long, nice and tall. And, you know, I'll even show you just sitting up here. I'm not crunching down. I'm doing this rotation with the body and trying to keep the hips nice and steady. So we're going to do 10 on each side. So that's a total of 20. And then we're gonna move into side bend or twist. And we're gonna start up sitting nice and tall like this. I have my left foot heel basically in line with my right ankle. Body's nice and tall. You can have your legs a little bit further away from you if you want to, but you won't get as much of a bend. So try to keep them closer if you can. And I'll show you a modification in just a second for this one as well. So body starts nice and tall, abdominals are engaged, my rib cage is connected, so I'm not popping my ribs out. I'm gonna take a breath in. On my exhale, I'm gonna press my left leg into the floor, and I'm gonna come up into a nice bend like this, right over. Take a breath in. On my exhale, I'm gonna do a little twist. I'm gonna scoop my body under, my left arm under my body. I'm gonna come back to center. Now I'm gonna open my chest up to the ceiling. I'm gonna come back to center, and I'm gonna come back down. And that's tiring, let me tell you. If you're feeling too much pressure on your shoulder or your wrist and you find that this is just too much to do, don't worry, you can actually do this by just coming up onto your right leg. So it would look something like this. And that's great. If that's all you can do, not a problem. Remember, whichever one you're doing though, this arm, the top arm is, shoulder blades are still lengthening down your back, so I don't want to see this happening, and that's really tempting. I want to see a nice long body, and everything is nice and controlled. So I'd rather see fewer of these done with good control than see you muscling through it and, you know, being able to do 50 of them, because that doesn't really count. So I'll show you one more. So I'm gonna take a breath in. Exhale, I'm gonna press my foot into the floor, squeeze my inner thighs together as I bring my body right over. Take a breath in. Exhale, I'm gonna scoop. Come back to center. Take a breath in. Exhale, I'm gonna open my chest up to the ceiling. Come back to center. Go over just a little bit more. And coming back to start. Try for about 8 of those on either side and get back to me. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me or leave a comment down below. I'll answer as soon as I can. And if you have any other questions, feel free to visit styleontheside.com. There's a lot more going on there. So happy working out, and until next time.